Welcome to part 2 of From Day 1 for this, the 44th day of the competition. If my editing job on part 1 was able to be a success, this will make absolutely no sense, but if it wasn't, we will pick up right where we left off in part 1, which will be the tower. So off we go. In the meantime, since part 2, of course, usually has sovereign citizens, First Amendment auditors, or Karens, time to get some Karens involved. And today's first Karen is a repeat offender to the channel. It's also a flat earther originally, turned sovereign citizen, turned absolute Karen. Oh god, all of them rolled into one. Let's just say, don't act like Karen when being pulled over by the cops.
Right now you're being detained, okay? Because I'm stopping you for having your registration expired.
Knock yourself out.
It's just an infraction, so have a seat in the car.
Like I said, I have every right to get out of the car.
Stay in the car, please.
I've been driving from Richmond, and I'd like some fresh
fine.
air.
The faster we get on with this, the faster you'll
Great.
find your way,
Well,
okay?
you know what? I prefer to stand outside my car.
Okay, do you have any idea yet?
I would love to help you with that, but it would go against my moral principles.
Wait, providing your driver's license goes against your moral principles. Really, Karen? This for the same one who yelled, of course, at a Trader Joe's because he wouldn't let her get her stuff without masking up. And also being the flat earth denier who, of course, was on the documentary. Also, I want you all to remember that she said that it's against her beliefs, or I think she said her moral deal. When you hear later why she's actually on the road today. Also, I do have my good friend Skeptic along for the ride. Skeptic, did you want to say something about this moron?
Karen, I don't think the police or their good friend Mr. Sparky care about your morals. The only thing they care about is getting you back in your car, giving you your multiple tickets, and getting as far away from your diseased ass as possible.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
If you don't identify yourself, then we're going to have a problem. Delegate 17, 50, party refuses to identify herself as well.
So, sir,
Alright, ma'am.
I'm a peaceful person. I
Okay,
would never harm another.
Highly doubtful, especially since you do not wear a mask and you are a fucktard flat earther.
Peaceful person.
Alright, well, let's step over here then, so we're not on the side of the road.
Sure. I actually wanted to go over, just pull in the Rotten Robbie, but I followed your direction to pull over, so.
I like that. Supposedly the only direction you supposedly followed, yet you won't provide your fucking driver's license.
How are you doing today?
I'm not doing too bad, but right now you're not really being cooperative with me, okay?
Well,
Like
the
I
thing
said,
is,
I'm just
I'm
stopping you for
doing
registration.
nothing wrong.
Your registration is expired as in March.
Well, that's what it says.
Okay, that's what it says in my system as well.
That would be something wrong, Karen.
Well, that's surprising, because my dues are all paid up, so that is surprising. I have valid registration and valid insurance, so.
Okay, can you show that to me?
I don't have it. They haven't sent it to me.
Do you have your driver's license with you?
I don't see why I need to show it to you.
Because a cop is asking for it. Sorry, Skeptic, you wanted to take care of this idiot?
Having and presenting a driver's license to a police officer during a traffic stop in California is the law. And while she openly admits that her registration is bad, she sure does dance around that "do you have insurance" question a lot, which leads me to believe that she's probably not insured also.
Well, right now you need to identify yourself because you're being detained.
Well, would you like to show me your identification?
Sure, absolutely. I have no problem doing that.
Okay, I'll give kudos to the cop for doing this, but it's not required, Karen. This is not I'll show you mine so you show me your state. It's a cop pulls you over, asks you to identify yourself. You fucking identify yourself.
Oh, okay. Great.
So, but I need you to show yours as well, okay?
No problem. I guess, but I mean, the thing is,
Only get 1750. I'm at the Robert gas station.
No, there is no. The thing is, it's called Show Your Fucking ID, Karen. All of us who's ever driven a vehicle made that agreement when we got our licenses. It's called an agreement we make with the social construct of the law and the society to have the right to drive on the roadways.
do you want to clarify the threat of violence? Like, I'm not.
You're not violent or anything, but right now you're not.
No, but you want to clarify your threat of violence.
Threat of violence?
Yeah.
How so here's my identification.
Great.
I'm Officer Becerra with the California Highway Patrol.
Awesome.
And I would have done that at the window had you not gotten out.
I know, but the thing is, what's wrong with me getting out and stretching my legs? I've been driving since
typically
Richmond.
that raises flags. It's officer safety thing. You prefer you to stay in the car.
I'm not a typical person.
Well, you can say that again, Karen, because you're an atypical person, not a typical person. Because a typical person would know to stay in their car during the traffic stop and follow all orders by the police officer. An atypical person would get out of their car and begin arguing on the side of the road with a police officer about their free American right to break the law like a jackass.
Obviously.
You know, I'm still waiting, Skeptic, for her to try to pull a mass COVID issue into this as well. You know, just a hunch, the way we've seen her in the past.
Okay.
From my bumper stickers, you can tell I'm not a typical person.
Okay, that's fine.
No, shit, Karen.
And I love that you're not wearing the face mask.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, here she goes. God damn it, I hate it when I'm right.
Here's the thing. I have a friend who tries to do this whole movement called Peaceful Police.
Okay.
And it's about
No, it's not. It's about you getting out without being, stopped by a cop. It's called the Sovereign Citizen Movement dressed up as a Karen movement. It's called Shut the Fuck Up and Obey the Law.
training police that
1750. I'm good for it.
when you were in police school, you could learn how to use your discretion.
Believe me, Karen, he knows what discretion is, which in Karen's world is just a fancy word for not bothering the self-entitled princes and princesses of America.
1750. I am at 101 at the off-ramp at Town Road, right next to the Rotten Robbins.
Your discretion. So obviously, I know you use it all the time. You know, you have the discretion to like pull people over or not, and all these things. And so basically, I'm here to represent like
The Lollipop Guild? Is that what you're representing? The Lollipop Guild?
we don't have to keep doing this. Like,
Yeah, you're right. We don't have to keep doing this. You actually obey the law, and you wouldn't keep getting pulled over. You're right, Karen. Oh my God, you finally said something right. We don't have to keep doing this. You're right. You don't have to keep breaking the fucking law.
basically, we're living in a lawless state right now. Like the whole thing.
Oh God, Karen. Can I introduce you to Sparky McSparkerson? I know I'm probably not going to get that luck because, I already blew my one prediction on you being an anti-mask bullshit into a police encounter, but one can hope.
Thing with COVID, asking us to mask, like so you can get your groceries. That's totally illegal.
No, it's not. And now that we're 2 years into this pandemic, you can look back at all the recent state Supreme Court rulings that have all ruled in favor of businesses enforcing mask policies on their customers. So either all anti-maskers are perennial losers or, well, there is no or. All anti-maskers are perennial losers.
Correct.
And our whole law system is just broken right now.
Okay.
So for me personally, yeah, it's too bad they haven't sent me the sticker. But I'm at a point with the state of California and like our lawless state that, I'm not terribly interested in complying. Now, I did pay all my dues, and I can tell you it cost a pretty penny because it was expired in March, and they were overdue. But they did get their check, so it may say it's expired in your system, but I do have it's like I'm up to date, and I'm a couple $1,000s in debt because of it. But
Wait. I'll let you skeptic in just a second. You're a couple $1,000s in debt? Really? I know you guys watching here from day one can't see the body cam footage here. But she's in an early 2000s VW Bug. That might be what? Couple hundred? Maybe 3 at the most, even in California, the license? You're gonna get me to believe that it's a couple thousand? Ha, not likely. Unless it's because you keep getting pulled over, not fucking stop being an asshat. Then I might believe, well, because you're having to pay 8,000 different tickets off, then you might be several $1,000s. But you're not going to get me to believe that you're several $1,000s just from that. I'm sorry, skeptic. My apologies. I cut you off. If you wanted to.
Hold on. You're in debt a couple of $1,000s because you had to register an early 2000s Volkswagen Bug. I'm sorry, but registering a car like that in California costs a couple of $100s at most. Are you sure you're not in debt a couple of $1,000 because you keep getting arrested for criminal trespass and disorderly conduct and bail money's a bitch?
Okay. That's not really important. The important thing is I'm a very safe driver. I have deep respect for the roadway.
Citation fucking needed.
For my fellow people and Californians, and I've had to change my entire life over the last year and a half because I would not do this. As a Christian, I'm not veiling my faith. That was required for me at my job. I believe my job, It's like I'm not going to do the mask, I'm not going to do the shot. So, again, we're in this lawless culture where...
In other words, you're not going to be part of the regular society of the world. Go ahead and help us stop the fucking pandemic. You're going to be part of the cause and not the solution. That kind of stuff, right?
I'm making sacrifices. I paid my dues. I'm completely legally up to date. But even if I were not, I would never harm another person on the roadway. And if I did, I would take full responsibility.
I don't think you have enough common sense to realize how stupid what you just said was. First off, if your registration and insurance are good, that officer would be the first one to know when you ran your plates. So you can lie all you want, and it ain't going to make a difference. Second, how do you expect to pay off any damages or injuries you may cause to another person if you ain't got no money? It's because of people like you, Karen, that proof of financial responsibility is required.
So, I'm 43, I've got thousands of miles under my belt driving, and I'm actually on my way to John.
Don't you say it. I know I made the joke earlier, but don't you say it.
Driving school in Santa Rosa.
Oh fuck, she said it. She fucking said it.
Training to become a driver instructor.
How can someone who has the mental capacity of a traffic cone ever aspire to be a driving instructor? Especially one who doesn't recognize the value of maintaining proper insurance and registration, and especially one who's going to get one of her students killed because they aren't following the directions of the police officers during a traffic stop.
So, I just want you to know that's why I'm out and about this Sunday morning. It's not just for a leisure drive. I'm on my way to work, and I'm in training, which is really exciting, and the reason I can do that is I have a perfect record and, passed my live scan and all that stuff. So, this is I left a 20-year career at farmers markets and on a farm because of this whole hell of a year and a half. So, my right...
Because of your being a subtard, anti-mask, COVID-idiot, flat earther, you gotta add that, of a moron. That's why.
Have been infringed. This is not free speech. So, I already feel kind of I'm already being bashed around, and I welcome being pulled over because I want to practice this method. I want to sell you on the fact that we're free, you have discretion, and there's no reason to pick on, like, obviously, if I was, like, leaving, if I was driving, and what all those things you can do, pull me over. If you got bad guys who want to go catch, I will stand behind you and help you, or, like, stand with you, whatever. But the point is, I'm not the bad guy, obviously.
Well, obviously the bad guy would spend her time trying to convince you that she's not the bad guy. You repeatedly harass people over their masks. You disregard private businesses' rights to run their business the way they want to. And of all the deplorable shit that I've covered coming out of your mouth, the most deplorable probably came from my last video where you told a Jewish girl that obviously some of her ancestors had to survive the Holocaust or she wouldn't be here. Christina Kelso, Karen, you were the bad guy.
And that was about 5 episodes ago here on Karen Watch on our Problem Day 1.
And good always wins.
You know, I'm like a super responsible, trustworthy person. I work very hard, and I haven't been able to work for the past year and a half as much as I wanted to because of this whole situation, which is totally unfair, totally illegal, and unfortunately, the sheriff and the police didn't necessarily always have my back. You know what I mean? Like, in a perfect world, we'd have constitutional sheriffs who would uphold my right to shop and, like, be free and, like, work for that matter. America's a little bit broken right now, but I'm happy to say that I think we are turning a corner, but it's because people like me are like, I'm not doing this. Like, there's a line in the sand, I'm not crossing it. And, like, so I don't mean to be difficult, I really don't. And, like, you showed me your ID, I will be happy to show you mine. I'm just saying...
No, you still haven't shown that ID, Karen.
And in general, I hear that's unusual, that most people won't show their identification. But I'm just trying to create a more peaceful, happier world.
Well, you'd be able to start your utopic paradise sooner than later if you didn't spend 7 goddamn minutes getting your license for this officer.
Like, and I've gotten to talk with so many, you know, police and sheriffs this year. It's given me the opportunity because I'm the one getting escorted out of, you know, supermarkets and all that.
And now, hold on while I cue up the most hilarious laughter track ever. Jameson, if you would please.
And that's fine.
Thank you.
You know, and to be frank, where I'm from, well, I'm from San Francisco, but I was living in the desert for the past 15 years, and my Indio Police Department did the most, like, they were the most teachable, whereas my sheriffs were like, whatever, you know. And CHP has always been lovely, and I used to drive from Coachella to San Francisco on a regular basis, thousands and thousands of miles, 101 and I-5. So I'm just saying, like, my experience on the roads, I can't wait to be a driving instructor. I hope I become one.
Oh,
No!
Thank
God! You! No! God, please, no! No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes! By the way, thank you, my lovely man, Mr. Evan Baxter himself.
All I want is safe. Like, it should be a pleasure to drive. It's a social thing. It's fun. But, you know, I kind of feel,
So, hey, man, can we feel like you see your phone and let me verify all the information you've given me?
Okay, I'm gonna do a little yoga by the side, because I literally...
Who in the fuck does yoga in the middle of a cop stop? Really? We're going to do yoga in the middle of a police pullover.
Like, I'm gonna have to...
Can you just please sit down? I'll be right back in a second, okay?
Why?
I listened to you. I just want you to be inside. It makes me feel comfortable, okay?
Literally, I would just prefer to be in the fresh air. I'm gonna be in the car for 4 hours.
We're not going to be in the car for 4
No,
hours.
I'm gonna be in the car driving.
Okay, I understand that, but I prefer you sitting down. Okay,
And
I'm going to go in my
obviously,
car.
again, it's just this delusion of authority. You understand, like, by telling someone, like, you have to wear a mask, you have to sit in the car. I'm a free American. I don't have to do anything.
Yes, you're a free American, and you just keep believing that you don't have to listen to the cops or do what they say. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you that you don't have to listen to the cops or you don't have to do what they say, but I am telling you that I'd miss my own son's birth just to watch you get tased, Karen.
I listen to everything you have
I
to say.
know, but, like, do you understand how insane that is?
Can you please listen to me?
I'm listening.
Okay, can you please have a seat?
Why?
I already told you, just sit down in your car and I'll be right back. Okay?
I'm gonna do. It's enough. I literally need a stretch. There's nothing wrong with doing yoga on a Sunday.
Let me guess. You're gonna do some downward facing bitch? Okay, enough Karen
Downward facing bitch. I like that one.
Kelso for today. Either she didn't get arrested, or she shut off her phone right before she did. And
Actually, I have an update for you, Captain Skeptic. While she didn't get arrested, she did go ahead and rack up a handful of tickets, including not presenting a license. Yeah, she still didn't do it. Not having valid registration, not providing insurance, and had her vehicle towed. No wonder why she didn't want to go ahead and have it on camera.
that would have been a really disappointing end to this video if we didn't have today's play of the day, sponsored by Safelite Window Repair.
Ooh. Go for it.
Come on up. Get out of the car.
I live 3 streets down.
Open the door. Ma'am, I'm not going to ask you again.
No, what do you want?
Okay, well, I'm a police officer.
Okay, you don't have.
You went the wrong way down a one-way street. You don't have a seatbelt on. I'm allowed under federal case law to remove you from the vehicle and have you have your seat in my car.
What do you call? I just got off work. I live 4 streets down the road.
Wait, 4 streets? I thought you just said 3 streets, Karen.
Good catch.
I'm going to ask you very nicely to step out of the vehicle, please. Okay, I'm going to break your window and drag you out of the car.
Please.
I'm allowed to do that, ma'am.
For what?
I'm asking you to step out.
Please do it.
Okay, let me get your driver's license proof of insurance.
Oh, you're letting her stay in the car. Come on.
Police officers are telling me they can break down my windows. Will you please come here?
Can you open it? I need your driver's license proof of insurance, ma'am.
The fucking idiot's on a phone instead of providing her driver license. Oh, break the window.
I need your driver's license.
So it's 5 streets now. I'm starting to think that Karen's entitlement is only outshined by her dishonesty.
Proof of insurance, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm scared.
I need your driver's license proof of insurance, ma'am.
They're not allowed to break my windows.
I need your driver's license proof of insurance, ma'am. I need your driver's license proof of insurance, ma'am, or you're going to be placed under arrest for obstruction.
Please do.
Ma'am. Ma'am, I'm going to break your window, and I'm going to pull you out of the vehicle, and I don't want to do that. And then you will be under arrest, and you will go to county jail.
We all want you to do that, officer. Please, please do that. Especially after we had the other idiot, Karen. We need a little glass shattering.
Do you understand? Radio. I got a non-compliant driver. Would you get the fuck out of here? Female's refusing to get out of the car. Roll the window down. This is not your traffic stop. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to break your window.
And here we go. Tonight's happiness of the moment brought to you by Safelite Auto Insurance. When you need to get a window repaired, whether it's totally broken or just a crack, give a call to Safelite. Note, this episode is not sponsored by Safelite, but the shatter is still quite nice. Go for it, cop.
Open the door.
No.
Open the door, man.
I said go for it, cop.
Already know. Window smash time!
Go for it.
You're under arrest for obstruction of justice. Open the door.
Yay!
Thank you. You're under arrest, ma'am. You need to step out of the vehicle. You need to step out of the vehicle immediately, ma'am. You're under arrest. Ma'am, you are under arrest. Ma'am, you need to step out.
Let's do that again.
Your traffic stop. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to break your window.
Break it again. Just because I need a double shatter.
Open the door. Open the door, ma'am.
You already know. Window
Hello.
smash time!
Do it again, yes.
Under arrest for obstruction of justice.
Here we go.
Open the door. Thank you. You're under arrest, ma'am. You need to step out of the vehicle. You need to step out of the vehicle immediately, ma'am. You're under arrest. Ma'am, you are under arrest.
You're under arrest, ma'am.
What did I do? Please don't
You are so under arrest, it's not funny, and I'm actually going to stop there because I'm afraid we're going to get music copyrighted from that point on. So, yeah, no, but yeah, you're under arrest, ma'am. We get to hear our glass shatter. We're happy. We get to smile. Yay, window smash. Alright, give me just 1 second. Let me get a next Karen up on the hopper while we continue to try to knock off the target numbers over on our right. Yeah, I think we can do this one. And note, when we do have Karens, they're not just female Karens. Karens also do work in the male genre as well. So, what happens when you have a Karen who goes through not Starbucks, but Dunkin' Donuts? You get this Karen, who is an idiotic Karen who doesn't wear a mask. And yes, of course, we definitely hear support if you're in a place need to. Wear a mask, be vaccinated, you know, that good stuff. Okay, so now that that's done, let's get to the dumb fuck of the day, aka more male Karen, because it's not all women who are idiots. So, Karen, and I use that term loosely, Karen, come on out and show us your dumb fuckery.
Pastor Greg Locke here. I want to give a few of you a moment to start sharing this video and hopping on. But I've got a lot to say and a lot to chit-chat about in the next few minutes, so I'm just going to jump right in. And let me just go ahead and warn you up front. As with many of my videos, not only do you want to buckle in and buckle up and hold on for the ride, some of you may not be able to make the leap with me after this, because I'm pretty spitting mad about a bunch of nonsense. Did you know there's been nothing in the American culture and nothing in the church of the Lord Jesus Christ that has separated the body more than these stupid things right here?
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, our male Karen is also a religious individual.
Wait, what? Masks don't separate the body, you idiot. With statements like that, this video is going to get real stupid real fast.
Thanks for noticing, Captain Skeptic. And yeah, he's along the ride for us again.
We call them safety precautions. No, what these are gags, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, if your mask is gagging you, then you're wearing it wrong. Masks go on the outside of the face. You're not supposed to deep throat it, you idiot.
These have become idols. These don't do anything whatsoever. They're the dumbest thing that's ever been created by humanity, okay? They are scientifically proven to do jack sprat.
Well, I would argue that the dumbest thing invented by humanity is religion. While it might give us ass turds like this, it's done more harm than good to the advancement of our species.
But I'll tell you religiously what they've done. They've divided the body of the Lord Jesus Christ. These things are so dumb. You know, Walmart says now you have to have one, but they're going to charge you $8 to have one. So
you gotta love capitalism, baby.
My wife gave me one that we have to carry around for obvious reasons. So I went into Walmart today. I've not even got to the store yet. I'm just letting you, share the video. I'm about to get fired up about some stuff, so I'd suggest that the kiddos get out of the room. But anyhow, so I walk around Walmart today with this off. All I did was do like this to get in the door, and then I walked around. There's 300, 400 people in there, and all these sheep are walking around. They all got their masks on, they're all just like a bunch of little mechanized robots walking around. We have our mask. We are safe. COVID-19 cannot get to us.
Hold on. I think I can make this video much better.
They're all just like a bunch of little mechanized robots walking around. We have our mask. We are safe. COVID-19 cannot get to us.
You're an idiot.
I'm gonna leave that in and pray we do not get copyright strike for that, because that was actually quite decent. That was quite brilliant. Even though it was just modifying his words, I have a feeling Google's gonna try to find something to copyright match that too, but I'm gonna leave it in anyway. That was actually brilliant.
Idiot.
I'm walking around with this thing in my hand. Nobody said Jack Spratt. Nobody said a word. But here is what Pastor Greg Locke is super duper over the top fired up about. It is no secret that
you don't have an IQ that God gave a turnip. Say, unlike Skeptic, I'm not really anti-religious, but dude, when you give religion a bad name, think about it.
I love Dunkin' Donuts. Holy macaroni, they ought to give me a preaching sponsorship.
You
Highly doubtful.
must be joking. Dunkin' Donuts isn't going to sponsor an idiot just because he buys $2 cups of coffee every day, especially when said jackass doesn't follow the company's policies regarding wearing a mask while inside of the store. How delusional are you?
Listen, I have had hundreds of people in the last few years all over the world send me Dunkin' Donuts gift certificates and gift cards because I always talk about Dunkin'. I go to Dunkin' every single day, and every day I get the same thing. I get two, right here, count them, 2 medium hot coffees, 7 cream, 5 sugar in each one.
Dude,
Wait, 7 cream, 5 sugar. So in other words, you want to have just a drop of coffee with your cream and sugar.
you got a problem.
Yeah, I know I got a problem, but that's another video. 7 cream, 5 sugar, medium coffee. I get 2 of them, 2. My family and I are out of town for a few days, spend some time with the kids, and I know the sign on Dunkin' Donuts says that it is mandatory for you to have a mask when you walk in. But I've been going to that Dunkin' Donuts for the last several days since we've been here, and nobody has said a peep.
Are you illiterate? If a store has certain requirements for you to enter, and you want to feed your caffeine addiction, don't you think it might be a good idea to follow their rules? Do you also bitch and complain about gas stations requiring shirt and shoes for service? You're an idiot.
Nobody has says jack squat about anything. I'm going in, I'm nice, I order my 2 coffees, 7 cream, 5 sugar, and I walk out. I do it every day, about 9 in the morning and 5 or 6 o'clock at night. Every single day. I do it at home, and every town I preach in, every place I go, nothing has been any different. And so I've been going the last few days with the signs on the door, but I still don't wear the mask because I'm not in compliance. I'm in defiance. I'm sick of this nonsense, and you should be too.
I'll get sick of mask restrictions when the daily number of dead Americans due to COVID-19 drops to 0. Until then, I will continue to use my platform to stand up for the more than 1.5 million family members out there who have lost someone due to COVID-19 worldwide, due largely in part to these idiots who think COVID-19 is fake and refuse to wear a mask because of my
And this was actually originally taped a year ago, so that number, of course, has definitely risen since then.
But I'm standing there. I ordered my stuff. I've paid for my stuff. I've kindly, gently talked to the ladies that have talked to me every single day that are super nice. And then all of a sudden, here comes Nazi Skippy. He comes walking out with his little mask, and he's like, "Sir, I just want you to know." Now, by the way, he didn't have to embarrass me in front of everybody, but he did, which was probably a mistake because I'm not a real silent guy when you push my buttons too far.
Do you honestly think it's the manager that's embarrassing you? Nah, man. You're embarrassing yourself. You're an idiot.
He's like, "Sir, the next time you come into my store, I want you to have a mask on." I said, "Okay, Lord, just help me. May I stay calm? May I not say a word?" But I'm not a sheep. And so sometimes I just have to say things back. I said, "Sir, I've been coming to this store for the last several days, and nobody has said one thing to me about one of these silly masks." He's like, "Well, last night at 5 o'clock, it was an actual mandate." I said, "Wait a minute. You just lied to me in front of all these people in the store because the sign has been saying for 2 or 3 days when I've been coming in 2 or 3 times a day to get my 7 cream, 5 sugar, 2 medium coffees. It's been saying every day that I can't come in without a mask, and nobody..."
Dude, companies can have a policy that turns into a mandate when the government of the area actually files a mandate. But I know, you preacher religious individual can't think that far because it ain't written in the big book of books.
He said a word.
Well, I hate to break it to you, buddy, but a company can have a store policy that requires you to wear a mask with or without a mandate. Now, whether the employees actually enforce that policy is between them and their employers. But once a mandate goes into place, the store doesn't have a choice. If they don't follow the rules, then they can be held liable. So stop being an idiot and wear a mask in public.
Well, it's just now a Band-Aid. I said, no, it's not. I said, it's just now something you got your feelings hurt about. And I said, look, I've already paid for my stuff. Just give him my stuff. He's trying to act like they're not even going to give me what I already paid for. And I was doing everything I could spiritually not to come over the counter and still be a pastor in public, because I'm sure there's cameras everywhere because people recognize me all over the place.
What a great role model you are for your fellow delusionites. Basically what you're saying is that if you know you wouldn't get caught, then you would have assaulted the manager for enforcing store policies and state mandates. You're a horrible person and a bona fide idiot.
So I was like, look, just give me my stuff. I've already paid for it. I thanked the ladies. I said, y'all doing a great job. Thank you so much. But this guy, oh, man, he was getting on my ever-loving nerves. And then to beat all things, here I have my 2 coffees. Ask anybody that walks with me any time of the day. I always have my 2 medium coffees. But here's what I did. I walked up to the door like I do every day, at least twice, if not 3 times a day. I put my foot at the bottom of the door. I pushed it open, and I began to walk out to my car. And what does this, Lawn Ranger, masked man do? He's like, oh, now I see what you're trying to do. Now you're mad because I said something about a mask, and you're trying to kick the glass out of the door.
Woo! What the hell was that?
I was about to say that myself, team.
Woo! And I'm sure you didn't kick the door out of anger, just like everybody in prison didn't commit the crime they're locked up for. I'm sure it was simply a love tap with your steel-toed boots.
So I walked back in with my 2 cups of coffee, and I said, and let me be truthful in what I said, because more than likely it's on video and it'll be on Newsweek or Time Magazine sometime this week. I said, sir,
Dude, you're not that important to be on either of those publications.
did not try to kick the glass in your door. I very calmly pushed the door open with my foot.
Yeah, you very calmly pushed the bottom of the door with your foot, just like the LAPD very calmly tapped Rodney King with their batons. You're an idiot.
I saw you. You tried to kick the glass out of the door. I said, if you call me a liar one more time, I'm going to take these work boots and I'm going to kick your teeth down your throat. Yes, I said it, and the moment I meant it.
So let me get this right. You're an ass turd who cons innocent people out of their daily earnings and probably enjoys all the benefits of religious tax exemptions, and then you're not only harassing but threatening physical violence on someone who actually works for a living. You're not just an idiot. You're a piece of human trash.
That is correct.
Sir, listen to me very closely. I will be back tonight at 5 o'clock like I am every single day of my life to get my 2 medium coffees, 7 creams, and 5 sugar. I will be back tonight, and I will not be wearing a mask. He said, I'm telling you, I'm going to make sure that I'm on shift, and I'm going to be here at 5 o'clock, and I will not let you in the door if you do not have a mask. Now, I'm not real sure my wife's going to let me go back at 5 o'clock.
Come on, man. All that tough talk, and you're going to let your little old wife make you look like a lion-ass scary bitch? Wear a mask and stay in your lane, you idiot.
But I can tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen. I wish to the God in heaven that I would have brought my bullhorn, because I'd be standing on the top of this rental truck right now in their parking lot raising Cain for Jesus Christ, preaching the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Jesus doesn't exist. Never did. I mean, he is a character in a book, the son of a tyrant. And if Jesus did exist today, he'd tell you to stop being an idiot and to wear your mask, you moron.
And I'll even go further. Tell me where in the old good book of the Bible does it say thou shalt go ahead and be against the government of the earth? If I remember the good book right, there's actually a deal to say that you're supposed to basically obey the governments of the earth because God is the one who set those governments upon the earth. And not to do so would be against him in the eyes of God. Now, do you really want to continue this argument?
I'm so sick of this mass brigade nonsense. Bunch of Nazis, bunch of people say you can't even go to stores, you can't do it. People driving around in their cars, in their own flipping cars, wearing a mask because, I might get COVID.
Damn, you're stupid. You do realize that during a pandemic, there are a lot of delivery drivers who actually care about the people that they're delivering their goods to. And maybe, just maybe, They're wearing a mask in case they're asymptomatic and don't want to get their customers sick. You're an idiot.
I am sick of it. We don't require masks at our church. And listen, we probably had 450
Why am I not surprised?
people crammed into a tent this past weekend. 2 people in the whole place had a mask.
By my math, that's 448 idiots.
If they want to wear masks, that is great. I'm not going to mandate it. As a matter of fact, I discourage it because I think it's utter nonsense. And I get kicked out of a Dunkin' Donuts. I've been going there for years, every single day. Now Dunkin's going to get mad because I'm making this video, making them look bad. Well, look, don't let your silly people embarrass me.
Trust me when I say this. Dunkin' Donuts isn't looking bad in your video, and they aren't embarrassing you. You're acting like an idiot, and you're embarrassing yourself.
After I go in there every single day without a mask on, and then you're going to tell me I can't come back unless I have a mask. Well, I'm telling you, friends, this stuff is nonsense. Then trying to say I kicked out the door just because you're upset because I called you out on your foolishness. I'm not doing it. I'm not bowing down. I'm not in compliance. I am in utter defiance of this. Listen, I'll go to jail over this situation. It is the golden calf. I'm sick of Christians saying things like this. Well, it's just a mask. You know what they used to say? Oh, it's just a baby. It's just a zygote. It's just a growth in the mother's womb. So let's kill it. No, it's not just a mask. It's a compliance device.
Oh my God, you do realize that the only difference between today and this time last year is that you have to wear a mask when you're in public. You can still go to Walmart. You can still do all your holiday shopping. You can still proselytize to your trailer park followers. All you have to do is wear a mask and stop being an idiot.
This is not about safety. This is about surrendering of our rights. Can I remind you, this is still the United States of America. This is not communism.
Look, I don't believe in the God of the Bible, but need I remind you, a pastor, of Romans 13, 1-2, which
Oh, you actually found it! I think you found the one I just quoted. Did you? Please tell me you did.
reads, "Obey the government, for God is the one who put it there. There is no government anywhere that God has not placed in power. So those who refuse to obey the law of the land are refusing to obey God, and punishment will follow."
Thank you. Thank you. I was going to say, I swore I read it, and now I know why, because it was actually in a local Des Moines Register. You never know where interesting tidbits of knowledge that you pick up by reading papers, books, anything else might actually come back.
Checkmate, ass turd. So be a good Christian, follow the laws of the land, and wear a mask, you idiot.
This is not China. This ain't North Korea. I don't live in Haiti. I don't live some other country somewhere where I'm under the guise of communism and socialism. This is the United States of America. Y'all hear me? Trump 2020.
Who
Why was I not surprised?
could have guessed that he's also a Trumper?
I'm a pastor, and I've approved this message. I'm telling you, we're one election away from losing everything.
I hate to piss on your fish and bread, but you dickweeds already
They already lost.
You're an idiot.
And we got these mamby-pamby Christians saying, well, it's just a mask, and the Bible says that we ought to love our neighbor. Listen, if it was about safety, if it was about your health, then pray tell me 2 things. Number 1, how come your mask don't work? Why you got to freak out if I don't wear one?
I really, really hate when idiots say this. If you're sick and not wearing a mask, then you're literally spreading the pathogen with every breath you take, every cough and sneeze, and literally on everything you touch. And while me wearing a mask may prevent you from catching anything that I have, it won't prevent me from catching anything that you have.
And secondarily, if it's about your health, let me tell you what, next time I see you with a cigarette and a Big Mac in your mouth, I'll slap that out of your hand as well. Are you kidding me? This ain't about safety. This is about the rules of compliance.
Your choice to smoke or have poor eating habits doesn't affect the innocent lives around you. Well, secondhand smoke does, which is why many cities and states have mandates restricting people from smoking around other people while they're in public. And I'm 100% sure that this idiot would be the first person to tell you how smoking hurts you and the people around you. But when it comes to something that he doesn't agree with, that logic simply doesn't apply. I think we call that being a hypocrite.
It's just a mask. Yeah, next, it's just a chip. It's just a vaccine. It's just a one world government. It's just a mark, Pastor Locke. You say that's a big stretch. Are you kidding me? We've jumped 50 years prophetically in the last 6 months in 2020 in the United States and around the world. And Christians want to say, it's just a mask. It's not a mask. It's a censorship device. It's a tool to get all the sheep to walk around and look the same and talk the same and act the same. Most of the people wearing them got their nose sticking out anyhow. This thing is ridiculous. I'm sick of hearing about these masks. I'm done with the whole it ain't a mandate. It's an unenforceable suggestion.
Dude, you just get everything wrong. Mandate is derived from the word mandatory, which means it's not just a suggestion. It's a mandatory requirement, you idiot.
And I'll speed ahead to nowadays. There's been many court cases that have been filed by idiots like you who thought it wasn't a mandate. And the court held it up going, yeah, it's a fucking mandate and it's fucking legal. Put on your mask and stop being a fucktard.
And again, preaching loud for the people in the back. It's not a mandate. This ain't a command. You know what? I got a constitution that tells me I can leave my house. I got a constitution and a Bible that tells me I can pastor a church through a fake pandemic.
Now I'm pissed. This pandemic and the 280,000 plus American lives it's taken so far?
At that time, 280,000, now definitely over 1 million.
Isn't fake. Just because it hasn't taken the life of someone that you know personally doesn't give you the right to put innocent lives at risk as well. And speaking of that Constitution that you hold so dearly, look into the 10th Amendment, which gives the states, counties, and municipal districts the right to enforce laws and mandates as they deem necessary. You have no idea what you're talking about, and you're an idiot.
They're trying to silence anybody that's telling the truth, and they're trying to propagate everybody that is peddling falsehood. I ain't living in fear. My family ain't living in fear. My kids ain't living in fear. Our church ain't living in fear. If I preach to 2 people or 2,000 people, I don't give 2 flips of a wooden nickel. I'm telling you, I am not going to lay down, roll over, and comply. Today's Dunkin' Donuts fiasco, it was just it for me. It was just it, telling me I can't come back in if I don't wear a mask and then try to convince everybody in the room and accuse me that I tried to kick the glass out. I'm telling you, it makes me want to kick the devil right in the mouth is what it makes me want to do.
It's just like Christians to always try to kick the protagonist of the Bible in the mouth. The devil did nothing wrong. Change my mind in the comment section below.
This is ridiculous. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. I don't care how many friends I lose. I don't care. Listen, I ain't bowing down to the golden calf for your mama, for my mama, for the president, for anybody. I'm not. They're going to have a lot of handcuffs to mess with our church. We're ready to go to war. Our church is going to keep meeting. We aren't going to stop praying, preaching, prophesying, giving, loving people.
Loving people, huh?
I'm not putting up with this foolishness anymore. I'm telling you, I'm done with it. Absolutely done with it. This is nothing but a gag device. I ain't using it. I ain't bowing down to it. You can be as mad as you want to get. I do not care. I'm not writing a book on how to win friends and influence people. I'm trying to build the kingdom of God through the...
By the way, Norman Peale wrote that book, and it's actually a quite good book. You might want to read it.
The gospel of Jesus Christ.
Don't kid yourself. You don't have any friends. You just have a bunch of weak-minded idiots who are scared to go to an imaginary hell after they die.
It's just a bunch of garbage is what it is. You know why they sold out of so much toilet paper? Because it's bull crap. You are a sheep if you still believe the lies. The numbers are inflated. The death tolls are inflated. Have you heard of anybody this year that had flu or influenza? No.
It's almost like social distancing and wearing a mask works for the flu too. You're an idiot. Okay, so I think this is...
Yes, he is an idiot. Too bad he didn't die from this. Well, okay, no, I'll take that back. That's just a little too far. But he is an idiot. That I will give him. He is an idiot. Alright, how much time do we have left? We've got about 12 minutes. Alright, so what we'll actually do is we'll just bring the audio back up. And we'll do the rest of the episode old school. There we go. By the way, last time for the tree. Because by the time we come back, that tree will be gone. And chaos will reign in the middle of Dominion as the storm will begin. We will give one last jingle of that tree when we do close on out of today's episode. Just so we do have the last touch, the absolute last look. Of Winterfest as it's the last grass before it pulls away. Alright, so we do have the campaign credit. So we will take that 350 points. Outline coins, gotta spend 500. Let's see, Jorgen, Luther, Kimau, Elmir. Definitely don't want to spend more than 500 though, because we only get 1500. 47, 41, 41's the lowest, closest, so we'll take you. That way it gets to 500 spent. And we go up to 900. Arena attacks, we'll do those in just a moment. Alrighty. So we have 54 missions complete, by the way. And 42, so two more. We'll go ahead and start the energy ticking for that. Alrighty, the Shore of Despair. Let's go ahead and do just a couple real quick just so we can get that energy ticking. Oh, do it until we don't get one. We can say we're two. I was about to say 2 for 2, and then it just had to go. Oh, you tried a third time? No, not gonna happen. All right, so the energy will count. Let's go hit the arenas. 675, so we're still just above, getting to 14 per hour. Got to get within the top 500 to get the next level, which would be 18. Alright, so what was our score at the moment for all three? 268. Now, granted, that's a little bit of a misnomer, but it's still a good place to start a basis when you're looking at the battles. Okay. Click the to battle. I said to battle. There it goes. Alrighty, so top team on 2, second team on 1. We'll go with that one. Unless this one's better. Actually, this one is doable. Actually, let's do this one. Top team on 2, second team on 3. So we're going to go top team on 2, second team on 3, which means we need the worst team on 1. Nope, not you. Go back up. You go down. Okay, so top team on 2. Select heroes, hero, 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 hero. And second team on 3. Alright. Oh, gotta put the pet up. Okay. And there's the back. Okay. Remember, it's first 2 out of 3 wins the battle. So off to the conflict we go. Round 1. That was the round we expected to lose anyway. So perfectly fine there. Alright, round 2, since we did go ahead and have our loss up front, we do have to make sure we do get a win here to keep the game in contest. And there's a win. So we're tied up 1-all. 2 ranks ahead down in the Bronze League. So the match that determines it all, round 3. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. We didn't get our heal off. Oh no, we got a chance. Hey, there you go, Iris. Iris pulls it off. We move up to 572 in the rankings. Way to go, Iriskins. So we'll update the ranking board over there on the right-hand side. Nicely done, Iris. Let's go to the regular arena, which we currently still hold our 384 rank. And let's go after 774 Chan with 141k. Remember, since it is regular arena instead of grand arena, it's one fight takes all. One of their 4 is down. There they all go. So not a huge move up, but it is a move up. We move up to 356. So we'll update that board. And we'll take Team 14. And there's the last rights. And there he is. That, however, is a definite move. Moving up 54 spots to 302. Alright, we'll need 10 seconds before we can do another one. We'll take a look real quickly before we finish off. So we just crossed the 1 hour mark. Punching up, but let's try it, because I haven't been in the top 300. It might be an interesting little time. Punching up to 168K line. Well, let's see, just in case. Oh, that was a quick takeout. Yeah, that's a defeat. Alright, so we'll call that there at 302. Take a look at the mailbox. I'm assuming, ooh, 2 new arena records. And the Guild War victory for 20 more gold happinesses. We like gold happinesses. They're better than non-gold happinesses. And ranking 356 gets us 18, which means the 302 picks us up a bonus 70 for that one. Very nicely done. Gets us back above 3158. Pick up the 3 new tasks credit. Very nicely done. Of course, we'll be back in the overnight for our part 2 of Coast to Coast AM with legal marijuana from Sally over in Colorado. That's your new prize. 20 of the attack seals. Not bad. We'll take them. There we go. And of course, the beginning of the Great Storm will also be kicking off at that time. Till then, of course, do like, share, and subscribe. Get us to those goals of 5,000 views, 1,000 subscribers. So Boxy over at Nexters will pay attention, and YouTube, Google will pay attention as well. Once they do, they start sending us items. We send them to you, so you get them for watching the show. Coinbase.com/join/cparcel. Get yourself your $10 free in crypto by doing so. Coinbase lessons through CoinBase Earn, 2-minute lessons, 1-question quizzes to get yourself up to another $100 in free crypto that you do not have to keep for any specific time. And yes, Nexters does take crypto for purchases here in Dominion, regardless if you want Valkyrie's Favor, Emeralds, special offers, or anything that your heart would desire. And again, until we meet again for part 2 of Midnight in the Desert, May it be always a great new world to release the Krakens. Have a great evening. We'll see you overnight.